Hello everyone, this is Sibarth. Welcome to the series on static revision through UPSC PYQ. Okay, for this section we have taken the PYQs from CAPF 2022. In this video lecture we will discuss all the polity questions which were asked in this CAPF 2022. Before starting, few things I have to share with you so that you can save your time. I am not here to tell you that what is the importance of practicing PYQs of other UPSC exams. Like here we have taken the CAPF questions. In future we will take the questions from CDS. Okay, so how much importance of these PYQs into our upcoming UPSC CSE prelims, I am not here to tell you. There are various many videos in YouTube. You can watch this. Okay, how much importance it is. The second thing is that those who have strong command on their static revision, they don't need to revise. Just for a quick look, they can go through this PDF which I am using in this video. For this you have to join our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. Okay, third thing is that those who are willing to watch this, I assume that they have not revised properly. Okay, so for revision you can stay with me, and obviously it will take little more time, so have your patience. What you will get in this video lecture, that I will share my way of remembering things. Okay, these synoptic notes you can directly use into your static note, so that it will save time in making synoptic notes. And second thing, I will share you mnemonics, logical mnemonics to remember things like this. Okay, so, and the third and the most important thing what you learn, that from these PYQs you will get clues. Okay, that what additional things you have to prepare, so that it may ask in UPSC CSE. Okay, it has been asked in the other exams of UPSC, but in UPSC, okay, CSE, mother of all exams we consider generally. Okay, so obviously that these questions will be asked in modified manner, and in little depth will be there. Okay, so these clues will get from these questions. Okay, so the let's take an overview what type of questions we are going to cover. The first question is about Kothari Commission. Okay, factual question. Then the second is that asking about the features of Indian federalism. Here we will discuss how to remember the 7 federal features. Then the third question is about National Human Rights Commission, and the fourth one is again a factual question, low hanging fruit question, Swaran Singh committee. Then this question is about district judge appointment of district judge. This one about censure motion, and difference between censure motion and no confidence motion. And this one, okay, the second last question is about important committee. Okay, parliamentary committee, that is Committee on Public Undertaking. Okay, what this phrase reminds you? Public sector undertaking. Okay, public sector undertaking. So this committee is Committee on Public Undertaking. Okay, and the last question is about a Supreme Court case, that is DC Wadhwa versus State of Bihar, and it is asking that this case is related to what. Okay, so let's discuss from the first question, factual question. Okay, this question is reads like this, that when was the Kothari Commission appointed by the government of India to look into the education sector in India? It gives a clue that yes, this commission was established for education system. Okay, and how it will be helpful in upcoming exam, that in UPSC they may give you 2 columns. Okay, in column A they will mention few committees, and B it will mention that these committees are related to what. Okay, so Kothari Commission is related to education system. Okay, in fact this is the first commission in India to deal with the education system of the country comprehensively. Mind the word comprehensively, entire education system. Okay, it dealt with the education system comprehensively, detailed manner. Okay, and the chairperson of this committee was Daulat Singh Kothari, okay, DS Kothari, okay, DS Kothari. This is the picture of DS Kothari. This commission is related to education sector, and the question is asking about appointment, okay. It was appointed in 1964, 14th July 1964, but he gave the report in 1966, okay. Let's move to the next question. This question reads like this, that which one of the following is not a feature of Indian federalism? Not a feature of Indian federalism. So whenever you encounter such questions like features of Indian federalism, features of Indian parliament, parliamentary features of India, okay, so these things also confuse many people, okay. So you can write like this, that people usually confuse between federal features and parliamentary features, okay. So write like this, that federal features, okay, how many federal features are there? 7. And how many parliamentary features are there? 8. If you taking Lakshmikant as your source of revision, there are mentioned 7 federal features and 8 parliamentary features. Just remember like this, that federal features F and 7, they looks like mirror image of each other, okay. So how many federal features are there? 7, okay, remember like this, got it. And the parliamentary features, one it is 7 and it is 8, okay. So 8 parliamentary features and 7 federal features. Here we will discuss how to remember these federal features, okay. Always you read from your static note wherever you have studied, but it has been seen that always people confuse. So here we will remember in a logical manner, so that we will never forget, okay. So let's start. What are the 7 federal features? That how I have remembered, that whenever I see the federal, 2 things come to mind. That one is center, another is state, okay. So 1 and 2. So from 2, okay, 2 I will remember like bi, okay, like binomial. Bi means something related to 2. Similarly di, okay. So this also signifies 2, okay, and a dual, okay. So this also signifies what? 2, okay. So from federal I will remember center and state, so 2 things. From 2 I will remember bi, di and dual, bi, di and dual, okay, bi, di and dual, okay. So from bicameralism, di division of power, dual polity, okay. So there are 7 federal features. Now we remembered 3 federal features. The rest there are 4 federal features, okay. So we'll club like 3 and 1, okay. First we remembered the first 3 federal features. How we remembered? From 2, okay, bi, di, dual, okay. Then the rest 3 will be remembered from this thing, okay. Division of power between center and state, okay. So where it is mentioned, power division between center and state, 7th schedule, okay. Center union list, union list, state list, concurrent list, okay. Where it is mentioned, it is mentioned in the constitution, okay. So the division of power mentioned in the constitution. So this division of power between center and state can be maintained, okay, only when where it is mentioned, that thing when it becomes supreme, okay. So this division mentioned in the constitution. So if we give supremacy to our constitution, then this division of power can be maintained, okay. So now we got another federal feature, that is supremacy of the constitution, okay. Supremacy, how can we maintain this supremacy? This supremacy can be maintained only when whatever mentioned in the constitution, it is mentioned in a written format, okay. Otherwise there is chance of manipulation, okay. So supremacy maintained through written format. So another federal feature we got, that is written constitution, okay. Again there is chance of manipulation of this written part. How can we save this thing from being manipulated? This can be saved only when we made the amendment of the constitution rigid, okay. So if there is a rigid constitution, then it is difficult to manipulate this written part. Okay, if this written part is safe, then there will be supremacy of the constitution. If supremacy is there, then the division of power will be safe. Got it? So first we understood three federal features, then from here this division of power we remembered these three. Okay, the last one is independent judiciary. Okay, remember like this, that all the above said federal features can be maintained or can be kept safe, okay, only when there is an independent body who is looking after this. Okay, and that independent body is independent judiciary. Okay, so federal features 7, parliamentary features 8. From 7 federal features can be clubbed into 3 plus 3 6 plus 1. Okay, first 3 will be remembered, can be reminded from 2 by die dual. Okay, then the rest 3 from dual division of power we can remind these 3. Okay, and the last one is independent judiciary. This is required to maintain all these things. Okay, to keep all these things safe. Okay, you can remember like this. You can attach this screenshot into, or you can get it from the PDF in our Telegram channel. Okay, so 7 federal features and 8 parliamentary features. Whenever we encounter any question on parliamentary feature, I will explain these mnemonics, but for the time being you can remember like this: the parliamentary feature. Okay, 8 parliamentary features. Okay, and the mnemonics is like MNC DDL PS. That remember like this, that MNC, multinational company. Okay, employees of multinational company went for a film, that is a DDLG. Okay, and after watching this movie, they had like you can say that accident on road, and for with this context they went to the police station. Okay, so MNC DDL PS 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, 8 parliamentary features we will discuss whenever we encounter any question. Okay, on parliamentary feature. So this is federal feature and this one is parliamentary feature. Okay, let's move to the okay, one more thing. As people confuse between federal feature and parliamentary feature, in the same way they confuse between division of power and separation of power. Okay, so the trick is to remember like this: division of power, how you divide 10, like how you write, suppose you write 10 divided by 5, you write like this. Okay, so while you heard the division of power and separation of power and you get confused, so write like this: division of power, divide center by state. Okay, like this. So division of power is between center and state. Okay, you will never forget, always remember like this. Okay, and separation of power, you know that the other thing, like separation between legislature, executive and judiciary. Okay, so that there will be no overlapping between these three. Okay, so division of power, divide center divided by state. Separation of power between legislative, executive and judiciary. Okay, division of power is a feature of is a federal feature, but separation of power is not a federal feature. Separation of power, it is a part of basic structure doctrine. Okay, basic structure doctrine, understood? The question is asking that which of the following is not a feature of Indian federalism, not a feature, and the last option is saying that Indian federalism based on the principle of separation of power. No, based on division of power. Separation of power mentioned in basic structure. Division of power, it is a feature of Indian federalism. It is asking about not correct, not a feature. So this will be the answer for this question. Okay, so next question, what is the term of office of the chairperson and members of National Human Rights Commission? As we know, why this question asked, because in 2019, okay, there was an amendment into National Human Rights Commission. Before 2019, the term of the office of the chairperson and members was 5 years or up to 70 years of age, whichever is earlier. But with this amendment, this 5 year reduced to 3 year. Okay, so 3 years up to 70 years age, 3 years or up to 70 years age, whichever is earlier. Okay, the National Human Rights Commission is a multi-membered body, 1 chairperson plus 4 other members. You can revise from starting. Okay, no difficulties there. But keep in mind that 3 year and 70 years age. Okay, next question. It is a factual question again. The Swaran Singh committee related to what? So it is related to fundamental duty. This is image of Swaran Singh. Okay, in 1976 Congress government appointed Swaran Singh committee. Okay, and in this same, and he gave a recommendation about the incorporation of fundamental duty. Okay, he recommended 8 fundamental duties. Okay, 8 fundamental duties. Then in the same year, 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976. Okay, 1976 appointed committee was appointed, and in 1976 these recommendations were incorporated into our constitution. So he gave 8 fundamental duties, but in amendment 10 fundamental duties were added into the constitution. Out of these 8, only 5 were added. Okay, the rest 3 were rejected. Okay, got it. So from 8, 5 were added, and the rest 5 were from government side. Okay, but we have at present, how many fundamental duties we have? We have 11. Okay, so in 1976 we had 10, and the last one 2000 added in 2002, one more thing. So in total we have 11 fundamental duties. Okay, so remember these years: 1976 10, 2002, and the last fundamental duties were added. Okay, the next question is about that which one of the following is correct in respect of appointment of district judge. Okay, so as you know that subordinate courts. Okay, subordinate courts, these are these are mentioned in the constitution. Okay, it is mentioned in the constitution but not defined. These are not defined in the constitution. Remember this. Okay, subordinate courts are mentioned in the constitution but not defined in the constitution. But for our purpose we can define it like this, that in state high court is the highest court. Whatever other courts which are under the high courts, they are the subordinate courts. Got it? So subordinate courts, don't confuse with Supreme Court. Subordinate court can be further divided into civil court and criminal court. Okay, again civil court can be divided into 3, criminal court can be divided into 3. Okay, so all these things you can revise from your study. This is asking about that district judge. Okay, district judge comes under subordinate court. Okay, so it is talking about who appoints district judge. Okay, the answer will be that option C. Okay, district judges are appointed by governor in consultation with the high court. Okay, high court of that state. But remember this thing, that suppose you are a law graduate. Okay, district judge will not go to your home to give you the appointment letter. No. The state government will conduct the judiciary exam, and whoever passed that exam, they will be appointed by the governor. Okay, in consultation with the high court. Okay, and there is a dedicated article in constitution 233. Okay, 233. It talks about that the governor of the state in consultation with the high court appoint the district judges. Okay, let's move to the next question. The next question reads like this, that which one of the following statement is not correct. Okay, not correct. It is asking about not correct statement. Okay, basically the question is about censure motion and no confidence motion. In these options, one difference between censure and no confidence motion has been asked, and this gives a clue that yes, go and revise the static part. In Lakshmi Gandhi, the table 22.2, there it is mentioned between the difference between censure motion and no confidence motion. Okay, in this question it is asking about one difference. You revise all the 4 differences between these two, so that if any question comes in UPSC CAC, you can solve. Okay, so let's revise. So first of all, what is motion? Motion is a formal proposal. Okay, formal proposal. Proposal, you know, prastav. Okay, proposal. Formal proposal. Formal means written. Okay, written. So suppose you want to convey or want to give a proposal in the house, so that will be formal only when it is mentioned in written format. Okay, then that written proposal will be called as motion. Okay, written proposal will be called motion. Okay, formal way of proposing anything in the legislature is called as motion. Okay, motion means prastav in Hindi. Okay, censure in Hindi means in Hindi it is called ninda. Okay, so censure motion is ninda prastav. No confidence motion in Hindi is अविश्वास प्रस्ताव. Okay, अविश्वास. So the first difference is that while any member of the house, okay, once the house to adopt this censure motion, then there must be stated reason, okay, why the person want to move this motion. Okay, why? For example, I think one BJP MP, okay, BJP MP, he said something about Godse, and then the drama play out, and the opposition felt that he is insulting Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, so the opposition wanted to move a censure motion. So it is so whenever they have applied this censure motion, they have must stated the reason, because this is the reason for which we are moving this motion. Okay, so in case of censure motion, they have to state the reason for why they want this motion to be moved. Okay, but in case of no confidence motion, no need of saying the reason why you are moving the no confidence motion. Okay, so this is the first difference. The second one is, this motion moved against, you can move against individual minister, group of ministers, and the entire council of ministers. Okay, this motion can be moved against individual, group, and entire council of ministers, while no confidence can be moved against only the entire council of ministers. Okay, you can move it against entire individual ministers and the group of ministers. Okay, then the third difference is that this motion, okay, this motion, if it is moved, then that means that you are ascertaining the confidence of the Lok Sabha in the council of ministers, whether there is confidence, the house has confidence on the current council of minister or not. Yes or no? This motion means for that you are asserting the confidence of the house over the council of ministers. And this motion, as the name suggests, that this motion is moving to know the to censor the council of ministers, or to censor the individual minister or group of minister or entire council. This is moving to censor, and this is moving to ascertain the confidence of the house. Okay, to check the confidence of the house over the council of ministers. So if the motion passed, then what will be the result? If it is passed, then the council of minister no need to resign. Okay, they can seek the confidence of the house, but the passing of this motion is not necessarily lead to the resignation of the entire council of minister. But if it is passed, no confidence motion, then the entire council of minister must resign from the office. Understood? So practically, if the no confidence motion is passed, then it is the dissolution of the Lok Sabha. Yes or no? If the entire council of ministers resign, then there will be a dissolution of the Lok Sabha. Got it? So we just revised the 4 differences, and it is asking about one difference only, that the censure motion moved against whom, and the no confidence motion moved against whom. Okay, so it is asking about that which one of the following statement is not correct. See, here it is mentioned that a censure motion cannot be moved against the entire council of ministers. See, here it is mentioned that it can be moved against individual, group of minister, and entire council of minister, but here it is mentioned that cannot be moved against the entire minister. It can be moved against. Okay, so it is mentioned cannot, and the question is asking about not correct. It is not correct. Okay, so let's move to the next question. The next question is about which one of the following statements about the committee on public undertaking. Okay, so committee on public undertaking, for this the static part, parliamentary committee chapter. Okay, parliamentary committee chapter. As we know that parliamentary committee can be classified broadly classified into two: standing committee and ad hoc committee. Okay, ad hoc committee. Again, standing committee on the basis of nature of function can be classified into 6 types. Yes or no? You must have read from Lakshmikant. Okay, if you have not read, then go and revise it. 6 like financial committee, departmental standing committee. Okay, departmental standing committee, and then so on, and the last one is like housekeeping committee. Okay, housekeeping committee. Similarly, ad hoc committee again further classified into inquiry committee and advisory committee. Okay, the question is about committee on public undertaking. This thing falls under this parliamentary committee, then standing committee, then financial committee. Okay, this committee on public undertaking falls under financial committee. Okay, financial committee. Financial committee is further subdivided into 3 types: public account committee, estimates committee, and committee on public undertaking. Committee on public undertaking. Okay, this has been asked in the question. Okay, MCQ. So few additional information so we have to remember with respect to committee on public undertaking. That committee on public undertaking, it was introduced in 1964 with the recommendation of Krishna Menon committee. Okay, Krishna Menon committee. Just for recall, Kothari Commission related to education system, isn't it? And Krishna Menon committee related to committee on public undertaking. Okay, and it is a type of financial committee. We got it from here. Okay, financial committee subdivided into 3, and one of the committees for committee on public undertaking. And the composition of the committee is that 15 from Lok Sabha and 7 from Rajya Sabha. Then so obviously the chairperson of this committee will be appointed by Speaker of the Lok Sabha, isn't it? So it is asking that there are more members from Rajya Sabha. No, more members from Lok Sabha. So option 1 is incorrect. And it is saying that the chairperson of the committee is appointed by the Speaker of Lok Sabha. Yes, it is correct. So only 2 is correct. One more thing you have to remember, that as I said that the 15 from Lok Sabha and 7 from Rajya Sabha, how these members are appointed into this committee. Okay, there are 2 ways. Okay, 2 ways in which appointment into the committee happens. One is through nomination and another is through election. Election on the basis method is proportional representation by means of single transferable vote. Okay, PRSTV. Okay, so they can be nominated or they can be elected. Okay, so you can see that many committees are mentioned here. Okay, many committee in the state departmental standing committee there are 24 committees. Okay, so into most of the committees the members are largely appointed through nomination. Okay, but there are only few handful committees into which the members are appointed through election. So it is clearly signifies that we have to remember this committee. These are public accounts committee. Okay, then estimates committee, third one is committee on public undertaking, and the fourth one is committee on welfare of AC and ST. Okay, so remember this thing that under financial committee 3 committees are there, and all 3 committees the members are appointed through election, proportional representation by means of single transferable vote, PRSTV. And the fourth one is committee on welfare of AC and ST. Into these 4 committees members are elected, and the rest into the rest all committees members are appointed through nomination. Got it? So this was the additional information. Let's move to the next question. This is about one Supreme Court case, DC Wadhwa versus State of Bihar, and the question is asking about that this case related to what? Okay, people may think that this question is asked, but it is not. It is very much mentioned in this case, is very much mentioned in Lakshmikant. So it gives a hint that yes, whatever cases Supreme Court cases mentioned in Lakshmikant, you have to revise them thoroughly. Okay, so DC Wadhwa, he was an economic professor. While his research on land tenure, he found that during 1970s, okay, Bihar governor has passed 256 ordinances. Okay, But the thing is that these ordinances were in live form. These were in active. Okay, these were active for decades, like 1 to 14 years. Ordinance. Okay, ordinance making power is with president and also governor. Which articles mentioned about that ordinance making power of president? That is article 123. Interesting article. Okay, and article 123. Okay, this talks about that the ordinance making power of president. Then what is the article for governor? Okay, you can remember like this, that article 123 talks about the ordinance making power of president. If you replace 1 with 2 and 2 with 1, then the article will be 213. Okay, so this article talks about ordinance making power of governor. Okay, so article 123 ordinance making power of president, and 213 ordinance making power of governor. Okay, so under this article, the Bihar governor promulgated 256 ordinance when it is passed. That is when the house is not in session, or the legislature is in recess. Okay, during that time, to tackle any situation, governor can pass ordinances, or president can pass ordinances. But these ordinances were in active, ordinances were live for decades. Okay, so what it signifies, that they are just bypassing the legislative power of state legislative assembly. Yes or no? Ordinances are for extraordinary situation. Yes or no? That it is not in session and you want to tackle anything, and for this you pass the ordinance. But that doesn't mean that during the next decade the Bihar legislative assembly was not in session. Yes or no? So what he was doing, Bihar governor, that year after year they are just promulgating these ordinances, and they were passing the same ordinance again and again. Okay, they are just bypassing the legislative power of state legislative assembly. So in this case, DC Wadhwa versus state of Bihar, Supreme Court said that the successive repromulgation of ordinances with the same text without any attempt to get the bill passed by the assembly, so with the same text, if you are passing again and again, then this ordinance will be struck down. Okay, you have to take an attempt, so that state legislative assembly must pass that bill and make a proper act. Okay, you have to ask the state assembly. It is their job. Okay, it is not the job of governor. Okay, so if the ordinance is passed year after year again and again with the same text and without any attempt to get the bills passed by assembly, then such ordinances will be struck down. Got it? So the answer will be to re-promulgate ordinance. Okay, so these were the polity questions asked in CAPF 2022. The next session will be again from CAPF 2022. Okay, all the economy questions we will see at one go. I hope this you found this video helpful. If you found it helpful, then share it with your friends, and for the PDF you can join our Telegram channel. Okay, see you next.